Alright, Beowulf Premier Playoffs preview by yours truly, CZ. I'm gonna try to make this like not crazy fucking long because I have shit to do and I'm currently moving out of my house, so you may hear shit in the background. Just ignore it and focus on the shit we're talking about. So, team reviews first and foremost. Rest in peace, Dorado and TPO. They tried their best. You know, both rosters were going through their own issues. You know, just hopefully they do good the next split if they come back. All right, team reviews. Elysium, very good, versatile team in terms of like the characters they play, not with the style they play. They play standard front to back primarily, but they do it well. They have good starters, good subs, questionable mechanics at times, but overall they're a very solid team. The only weakness I could see in them is like potentially carrying a game. Like if they could win without their ADC carrying them, because their ADC is usually really solid and he's like usually ahead. So if he's not ahead and they don't have like one of their other people stepping up to take his place, then I don't really know if they got it, but we'll see. They definitely deserve the number one seed, and they'll be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs for sure. All right, second seed Litmon. I think this team is legit. One of my favorite teams to watch currently in this league. I think their drafts are good all the time. They like to cook a little bit with interesting picks, especially top lane. All their laters are strong. If you check the stats, which haven't been updated because fuck their API. All their laters are strong in terms of like they are able to get their own lead. They don't need Coop to get them a lead, but they can set them up as well. And they're really good at getting their objectives. The only thing I could potentially see being a problem is if any of their starters just aren't playing, because that's where a majority of their losses came from. Is when they're not having like their Baxo or Korra, or even Coop. Sometimes, you know, when you start cooking a draft, you have the potential to overcook at some point. So you gotta keep that in mind. Don't know also how their pools are gonna look deeper they get into BO5s. God forbid they get taken to a game 5. Who knows what they will have up their sleeve and if they even will have anything good. And there's also the caveat of, or I don't know the word to use, but will their lanes continue to be as strong as they were during the regular season? Because we've seen plenty of teams that are disgustingly good regular season, but then when the playoffs come around, they just sort of like fall off. So we'll see how they do, but I'm hopeful for them. Spire's weird. In my opinion, this team is not bad at all. I think their bot lane is really good. I think their mid laner is solid. I think their top laner is kind of, I got a question marks for him. Don't really know. And I think their jungler is pretty solid. So I think overall the team is pretty fucking good. They don't really have subs. They have like 2. Sometimes it's all you need. You know, gotta respect it. They want their starters to play. I think the only issues we'll see with this team is if they play into teams that are really aggressive, that like to just be in their face all the time and not let them set up, because they're not a fast team. They take their time. Like sometimes they get a lead, they start accelerated, but otherwise they like to take their time with the game and let shit come to them. And there's also we don't know what version of this team we're gonna see. There's like the meme with Spire teams that sometimes they just transform and they just like burn out, especially towards the playoffs. They've been good in the regular season, so we'll see what happens. And my question is, who is going to be the main character of this team in the playoffs? Because sometimes if you look at their games, they look a bit like they're missing something. So I personally would like to see them just play for Jay Feather and Molly Whoops and just allow this bot lane to take over, and then, you know, give V-Ring a good control base that he likes. And then wherever Pineapple plays top lane, let them fucking play whatever, bro. They play a lot of shit, so just let them feel comfortable and let them feel enabled. Now, Final Boss is a team that's crept up out of nowhere slowly, but they've been grinding in the shadows. This team has gone through some changes roster-wise, and they are looking a lot better, in my opinion. This team started off in like the bottom half of the standings. They weren't, you could tell they weren't as bad as like a TPO, but they weren't on the level of like a Monkeys yet. But they definitely showed towards the end of the season, especially when they got Sutek and all the stars were just playing, that this team, when all their stars are playing and with the addition of Sutek, they're kind of fucking scary. And I'm looking forward to see what they show in the playoffs, bro. I hope this isn't just like a honeymoon period that showed up for like 2 weeks. I hope they like stay very competitive and even potentially like championship winning towards the end of the playoffs, because it'd be really nice to see. And I think their bot lane's really good. I think Ishan, SCK, Sutek, all of them have the potential to just go crazy. Only reason I said I'm unsure is just because I just need to see them play against another one of those top teams to make sure they're capable of being a threat in the playoffs. Because they've played against like 2 teams as a full 5 with this full 5, so we'll see. And then I said who was sacrificed, because they have a lot of people on this team who have picks that are like very good and they love them, but not everybody can be the cook. Someone's gonna have to take a step back and set people up, so we'll see what happens. All right. I fucked up the name, but it's Conduit. Conduit, in my opinion, is like, I don't want to say the biggest letdown, but they're definitely falling apart a little bit, and I hope they like could find some stability, because this team's core is not bad. I think the Risen's having a good split, Chrome is having a good split. I think Nation's always solid. I don't think So Easy's playing that well. Like, he's been playing kind of and I feel like he should be running this league, but who knows. I think Ivar's also playing good. I get scared because they always seem to have somebody that's not there, and it's always somebody that's really important. So it's like, I can never guess whether or not the team is gonna look complete. So that's what I'm really wanting to see. I just want to see their starting 5 play, and I just want to see some good drafts, bro. I want to see So Easy back in form. Like, he looked really good on that Fiora. I need to see more of that. So let me see some more split pushes. Just play greedy. If they could just settle down and just play with their 5, they could be back to like being like the top 3 team they were. But right now, I gotta wait to see. All right, last team, TSI. They got in on the 6th seed. It definitely, compared to the other 2 teams, they are better. But compared to the other 5 teams above them, they definitely are gonna have to learn how to punch up. That's the part I'm scared about this team. Their drafts are okay. I don't think they're like fantastic. They lean more towards like bad. And you just don't know what you're gonna get. Cause like, I play with the jungler. The jungler's solid, but everybody else, I like Gunny too. Gunny's my boy. But the team itself just looks like they struggles at times to like really play to the level they know they can. The TSI org is always, taking it slow, and they've always found a way. So you're hoping that they could do it again, but this roster is not like the past couple. They don't have the same buzzword names. They really have to figure out if maybe they want to rock with a different lineup in the playoffs. Because if not, they're going to get a participation trophy. All right, the playoff bracket. This is where my predictions are going to be. I think the most competitive series is going to be Elysium versus Final Boss. I think this has the potential to go to all 3 games, because the first round is BO3, which is like super garbage. But besides the point, I think I'm gonna predict the upset. I'm gonna predict the upset because I want to be spicy. I'm gonna do 2-1 Final Boss over Elysium. I'm I'm buying in right now. If they let me down, fuck it, it happens. It happens. I'm not gonna be too bad. And then the second series, I think also has potential to go all three, but I think I'm gonna stay monkey sided 2-1. Just feels comfortable. I think this is the way. But yeah, this is what I got overall. I think after these games are played, I think the bracket is gonna look very interesting, depending on who falls. Because I think it goes like whoever loses this goes here, and whoever loses this goes here. I think these two, no matter who loses, they're going here. Because I don't think TSI's got it in them. I think they look kind of lifeless. Whereas with Conduit, I think they want Final Boss, but I don't know if that's really who they want. Like, I think their best chance is Final Boss, just because Final Boss still has to get it together. But you know, Final Boss could just be the hot hand right now. They could ride the wave, so I'm not doubting them, not at all. That'd be a full 2 right now. But yeah, that's it. I know it's a quick one, but I'm currently moving right now, and my house is like chaotic as fuck. So I appreciate the love, and I hope the games are good tonight. You know, double feature is always great. I hope all teams had a good split, and I hope they bring their best effort into the playoffs. All right, everybody, have a good night.